Hi everyone, good morning. This is Paul Moses Vincent. Today I'm going to deal with the subject political science, and the topic that I have taken for today is government. What is a government? A government is an organization by which a society creates and enforces rules for the good of the people. And in other words, a government is something which is run by people, for people, and by the people. What is the government, a purpose of the government? The purpose of the government is to unite the people of an area into one national identity, to provide justice to everyone following the laws set by the government or the rulers, to keep the peace at home, which can be a state or a nation, and to defend the country from enemies. And we can also add one more purpose, that is to look out for the well-being of its citizens. Now, coming to the powers of the government. When we look into the government, there are three kinds of powers each government would handle. One is the legislative power, which makes laws. Second one is the executive power, which enforces laws. And the judicial power, which judges the laws, what they mean. Now, coming into the government, its types and the participants. Initially, we are going to look into the first type, which is a democracy. A democracy is a government where the people are the highest authority and have all the power in the government. And there are two types of democracy. One is direct, in which the people vote on every law, decision and rule of the government. And the second type is indirect democracy, where the people elect representatives to vote or make laws for them. In the first category, we see the United States of America. In the second one, we see India as an example, where the representatives come and stand on behalf of the people. The basic concepts of democracy are as follows. Each individual has worth, by which an individual can share an opinion. 2, everyone has equal opportunity and should be treated equally before the law. 3, the majority must listen to the minority. Number 4, nothing can happen without compromises. Number 5, everyone has one's own freedom, but not unlimited freedom. This can be understood this way. We can exercise our freedom without hurting others' sentiments in our country. Others should not be affected. And next, in the fourth one, we can find the word compromise being placed. Nothing can happen without compromises. That means we need to compromise in each and every step. Whereas government has to compromise with the people, and people will have to compromise with the government at times. The word compromise here means adjustment. Now, democratic governments can also be found in the following manners. There are two major kinds. One is the parliamentary, the other one is the presidential. In the parliamentary government or democracy, voters elect the members to the parliament, which is the legislature. It has got two houses. One is the House of Commons. The political party with the most votes in the House of the Commons choose the Prime Minister, the government's leader with no set length of term. And the next one is the House of Lords. Little power with most members being nobles having inherited their titles. In the next one, we find the presidential democracy. Voters here elect the legislators. They elect the president indirectly. Therefore, in the presidential system, voters have a more direct say about those who serve in two branches of the government, which is the legislative and the executive. The systems of government are based on one question: how is the power distributed? There are three ways governments distribute the power. One is the unitary, two is the confederative or the confederation, and the third one is the federal. Now let's come into the unitary form. One central government controls everything. That is what you find primarily about the unitary form of a government. Power is not shared between the states, countries, or the provinces. And here you find examples: United Kingdom, France, Netherlands, and Spain. Confederation. In this, a voluntary association of independent states that agree to follow a powerful central government. Nations can choose to follow or not follow the lead of the weak central government. Examples: Confederate States of America, Russian Federation, and those Confederate States of America which extended from 1861 to 1865. And finally, we do have the federal state of a government. Here, the power is shared by the powerful central government. States or provinces are given considerable self-rule, usually through their own legislatures. And here we find the United States of America and Germany.